Is the new D.Va trash, and should you completely avoid playing this hero? Well, we're going to answer this question in this video. Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the channel. I am Stylosa. So this is the D.Va nerf. She now has a cooldown of 2 seconds instead of 1 second on defense matrix. That's it. The question we're going to answer in this video is she absolutely trash now, and should you avoid playing her? Well, yeah, we'll get back to that in a second. So look at this, right? This is where it feels really bad and really frustrating to play with this new cooldown. See that fire strike? It's literally killing me to see this fly past, right? Because you can see what I was doing there. Push forward into the fight, bit of defense matrix action, standard kind of D.Va stuff. Firing, I turned to the left because I thought somebody was there, but there wasn't. So I turned back to the right. Then I see the fire strike, and I'm like, oh, I'll eat the fire strike. Only the problem is, I have my defense matrix on cooldown, so I actually can't eat the fire strike. And this is the big thing I need to impress on you guys now. See there? It was just way too late. You cannot use defense matrix willy-nilly, which is a beautiful British term. It just essentially means you can't fire defense matrix as an afterthought and go, oh, you have a defense matrix. Hey, you have a defense matrix. You have a defense. Why don't you have a defense matrix? You can't do that anymore. You have to be quite selective. Now, the whole point of this nerf was to give people the ability to play around defense matrix. So it's supposed to be like, hey, there's a defense matrix. So if I was the Reinhardt player, I'd look for the defense. And by the way, how the hell did I get earth shattered there? Anyway, you'd look for the defense matrix if you were the Reinhardt player, and then you would use your fire strike as soon as it drops down, because you know there's a window of opportunity there. There's 2 seconds to do stuff so D.Va can't eat stuff. So it's good in that way because it means there's now more of a way to play around D.Va. Okay, so what we need to talk about now is the pro level of the game. Too much emphasis is put on the highest level of play when it refers to, or when it even relates to, people of our level playing Overwatch, unless you're playing at the very super ultra highest level. A lot of what the pros do, it's not that it doesn't matter, it's that it's not necessarily going to benefit us as players to go, hey, I'm a really good D.Va player, but now D.Va's been nerfed, so maybe the pros might not play D.Va as much. I mean, I'm not saying they might not. I can tell you guys right now, the current pro meta for the Overwatch League teams is definitely still GOAT, so that still means there's D.Va. She's still there, she's still doing D.Va stuff, so we'll see a lot of that when Overwatch League Season 2 begins. So how does this relate to us as players? Well, if you just watch that whole segment play out there, I actually just did D.Va things there, and it was totally fine. There was no difference there between this D.Va and the old D.Va with the 1 second cooldown. Now, watch this here. I kind of throw my mech away. So, I've taken damage. My armor has been stripped. I am not really respecting where the enemy team are. I'm not respecting the flow of the fight, and I'm too far forward. So, there's a bit of a combination there of me being terrible, basically, and also the armor nerf, which is the other component to D.Va being a little bit more fragile now. So, armor doesn't reduce as much damage as it did before for certain weapon attacks. So Soldier is always the one that's used for this. So Soldier just does straight up more damage when he's firing at D.Va. But D.Va's got a very big crit box, sorry. So a head hit shot box when she's in the mech. You shoot her in the face, it does massive damage. Now Tracer benefits from this quite a lot. She actually does a ton more damage against D.Va. Now D.Va's so easy to hit in the crit box, it means her armor gets shredded really, really fast. So this is a bit of a it's not a stealth nerf, but it's a bit of a nerf to D.Va, so it means she's not as tanky as she was before. And of course, the other issue is defense matrix with the added 1 second on cooldown means you can't use that to keep yourself alive in certain situations, so you've always got to be aware of that. Okay, so what I'm going to show you now is me eating a Graviton Surge. Now, I was suspecting the grab was about to be used in this game, but it was still a bit of luck here. So this was kind of Zarya's fault. Zarya should not have used the Graviton Surge until she's seen me use my defense matrix. See there? I ate it because I expected her to use it, and I was sort of loitering around, getting ready for it. The Reinhardt actually said something like, oh, D.Va, you're amazing. You're the best player I've ever seen in my life. Can I add you to my friends list? You're so awesome. He said that literally in 1 second. For some reason, my game doesn't record the voice chat, which is really weird. But anyway, I can probably fix that. I think it's to do with all my crazy audio setup. Oh, by the way, I shouldn't have done that much damage to the D.Va there, to the Mei. Also, as Zen shouldn't have killed her. We totally should have staggered her out a lot more. So the thing is, I want you guys to take away from this video is she is not a total disaster. She's essentially the same in a lot of situations. At the pro level, the armor nerf, the D.Va nerf, these are, and the Reaper buff, don't forget about that, are all designed to counter tank-heavy GOAT comps. Now, does this matter on ladder? It will at some point. Does it matter now on ladder? I don't think so, because I still think you can play D.Va. And it's the age-old argument of, if you've got a really good D.Va player, do you want that D.Va player playing a Zarya that maybe they don't have any experience on, or playing a Hog that they maybe don't have any experience on? So the next thing I want to show you guys here is eating another ultimate. So this is in the same game, and this is me getting ready to eat the Mei ultimate. I expected to use it. I'm waiting for it. Now, Mei throws the ultimate, and you see that? And I actually ate the ultimate. I had more than enough time to work out where the ultimate was coming from and eat the ultimate. But you'll notice I hadn't used my defense matrix. Now, that's the Mei being outplayed in a way. The Mei player should have outplayed me. She should have waited until I used defense matrix, and then she should have threw her ultimate, because then I would have had no way of stopping it. Then we would have been froze, and this fight goes a completely different way. So what I'm trying to say, guys, here is it's still easy to be the defense matrix bot, to be the guy who's just eating ultimates, if the enemy team haven't really wisened up to how you're, or how this new defense matrix actually works. And as you can see in this video so far, they haven't, right? This is like, I think this is sort of like a mid-master level game. It's one of the placement games that I played on the Spitfire account. So even at that level, players are still not respecting this ultimate. No, the defense matrix change, yeah? See, now I've used it. Now there's a window of opportunity, right? They can do stuff. I literally can't do anything here. I'm screwed. I jump off the payload and we... I guess you could say I maybe mini C9 that. Obviously, I didn't really, because their whole team was on the point. There's no way I could have really stalled that out. We still would have lost the point. But the thing is, you have to look for the opportunity now to play around the defense matrix. So I guess for the remainder of this video, let's look at ways how you play around the D.Va, right? How you abuse this. What do you do? So I've used my defense matrix there. I literally cannot now eat the fire strike. Reinhardt should have fire striked through, but he didn't. Now I've used defense matrix again and not really achieved anything. And I've used it again. You see what I mean? Like, I'm used to using the old D.Va where I can flick it on, flick it off, flick it on, flick it off, flick it on, flick it off. And by the way, this is insane gameplay. Flick it on, flick it off, flick it on, flick it off. But you literally cannot do that anymore. Every time you use defense matrix, there has to be a purpose. You have to think, why am I using it? Is it going to keep me alive? And the other thing, the other critical thing is how much of the defense matrix do you want to use? You see there, I couldn't eat that fire strike then because I had a cooldown. There was literally nothing I could do about it. You can see I tracked it. I'm like, I really want to eat this fire strike, but you just can't do it because I'm too liberal with my usage of defense matrix. Now, what I think is going to happen with D.Va going forward into the future is when people start to realize you can play around defense matrix, D.Va needs to get clever. You can't just use defense matrix blatantly in the middle of a fight, because it's like you light up like a Christmas tree. Hey, look, here's my defense matrix. You see, there it is. And then fire strike comes through. Now, I don't think he was necessarily playing around the defense matrix then. I think he just was throwing his fire strike and YOLO. But I could not eat it because I'd used my defense matrix. See how cool this is now? It does give a lot of opportunity to outplay the D.Va. But it means the D.Va has to be super, super clever. Now, is this a nerf for D.Va? Of course this is a nerf. Is this a good nerf for the game? This is the other thing. And this is always the difficult thing to comment on, because when it comes to Overwatch, a lot of people are massively attached to their heroes. If you ever talk about Mercy and try to have a debate in regards to, maybe some changes she should have, maybe if you talk about, any other hero, people often actually don't really take into consideration the wider picture for the game, and they generally just look at it and think, okay, no, this is the hero I play, so I'm not having that. Don't nerf the hero, which is fine. I know a lot of people really love the characters that they play. It's also fine to think like that, but like I said, for this section of the video, I just want to think forward and think, okay, is this better for the game? And I'm going to have to say, I think it is, because nobody enjoyed D.Va when she was just defense matrixing everything, preventing tons of damage. You couldn't really do anything about it. She was quite oppressive to play against, but now there are windows of opportunities. But is D.Va trash? D.Va is not trash. If you've got a D.Va in your game, guys, she's still going to be able to do essentially what she was able to do before. The D.Va player just have to change the way they play. Like, watch this final attack of me. So I'm going forward, using defense matrix, burnt a lot of the defense matrix. I take a vertical position. I'm trying to protect my Reinhardt. Notice the soldier's out of position, so I'm going to pressure him. Obviously, soldier's pretty difficult for me to take out because of the nerfs to my armor. And in fact, I've got no armor, so soldier could really pile on the hurt. So now I'm trying to be defensive, use my defense matrix just to try and soak up a bit of damage here and there. See an opportunity for soldier, dive onto him. So you've still got that. You're still capable of diving onto people. Really unlucky there not to kill the Reinhardt, but keep myself alive. Great healing off my team. and we just kind of go from there. So D.Va is still effective. She is still a great hero. Is she going to be like in every game all of the time? I don't know, but she's still a good hero. Do not think she's trash and you should not play her. If anybody has told you that, guys, don't listen to them. The pros will still be playing her, I can tell you that. It's going to take some time for the meta to develop, but I still think D.Va's going to be a crucial component. What I will say is, though, think about when you use Defense Matrix now. And if you've got a D.Va on the enemy team, when you see her use Defense Matrix and then she stops using it, that's a window of opportunity. You can go forward and do massive damage, and especially use your ultimates as well. All right, guys, I've been Stylosa, this is Unit Lost. If you enjoyed the video, then like the video, and I'll catch you lovely lot on the next one. Toodaloo.